So let me introduce myself. My name is Jennifer Burns, When I was asked to come here and give a lecture, I was told I could talk about anything I wanted. So I thought about it and I had no idea. And the lecture coordinator called or emailed me and said, "What are you going to talk about?" And I said, "I don't know." So I asked my husband, "Give me a topic. Tell me something I should present about." And he said, "Well, what are you doing right now?" So I opened up my calendar on my laptop and saw that, Outlook came up and it had all the details of my life there. And my husband said, "That is what you should talk about." So I'm going to talk about how to use Outlook to organize your life. Now, my personality, I'm very organized. I can also be very blunt. Now this isn't just a deaf thing. It's part of my personality to be very direct. So, and the second thing is I'm a very organized person. I need to have a schedule, otherwise my life is a mess. So I have two outlooks, two separate ones. One is for work and one is for my personal life. And what happened was that my one from work I couldn't have on my laptop anymore, and so my laptop, I needed a new laptop, and so I had to go get a new one and put Outlook on it, because without it I'm just completely lost. My husband makes fun of me because I have basically everything scheduled every 15 minutes, even bathroom breaks. So he thinks it's pretty funny. But I'm going to describe now how to use Outlook. I like to use it because it makes my life a lot less stressful. I know exactly what I need to do. I write it down. It's in the calendar. I don't have to remember it. And that's very important to me, to have that schedule and to have that organization and to know what I need to do now. And, I don't have to worry about what needs to be done now or later. Outlook has 4 sections. Actually, it has 5. I don't use the last one. So I'm just going to talk about the 4. The first one is contacts. Information about people in your life. Most people will put email, phone numbers, address maybe, everything. Birthdays, anniversaries, how many children. You can put everything in there. Each category has a name, and they also have a color. So it's really important to connect them, the name with the color. One is my family, the blue one is my husband's family, etc. So bills as well, with reminders to pay the bills. The contact one, that's the least amount of work. I'm a very goal-oriented person. So the last section deals with that. You know the guy named Stephen Covey? Do you all know him? His book is really popular. So I've taken a lot from that book and incorporated it into my life. I have long-term goals and the goals that I want to accomplish today. For example, when I finished school, got my BA, I want to get another degree, and so I have, the goal listed as school, and then everything that I need to do underneath it, like the classes I need to take, etc. It breaks it down for you. You can also have all your homework assignments in there and when they're due, and you can be very specific. It's very cool. It also has the ability for you to check off your goal as you accomplish it. And you can just click the tick box and it disappears and you know that you've done that. So at the end of the day, when I look and I see that I've got like 15 things on my to-do list, I have really specific things on my list, like vacuuming the bedroom, vacuuming the hallway, sweeping the kitchen, but I can click the tick box and, I know that I'm done. I finished all those things. Now my favorite one is the calendar. At work, my calendar was always full. But now I feel like I don't have enough to do during the day. But in this calendar, I still use the colors. You want to remember to always sync your computer with your phone. So the information you have on your computer is also on your phone. So you don't have to carry the computer around. You always have your phone with you though. So I have things like responding to email. That takes about 30 minutes. My boss would get irritated because it's part of our culture to respond to emails or text messages right away. And so my alarm was constantly going off and I was always getting a bunch of texts that I needed to respond to. So now I've set a specific amount of time during the day to respond to those. Travel time is included. I live way up in Bountiful, so I know how long it's going to take me to get from one place to another. So I can include that in my schedule. Now another thing about me is I hate being late. I refuse to be late. So I have a reminder alarm that I always use that, a certain amount of time before I need to be somewhere, it goes off to remind me so I'm not late. They're teasing me about my being late, not wanting to be late. So when I'm done with the calendar, I print it off, I give it to my husband so he knows exactly what I need to do during the day, where I'm going to be. I tell him, you look at the calendar, you're going to know where I am. He's that other kind of person that's constantly texting and wants immediate responses. Where are you? And so I hand him the calendar and say, look, this is all you need. You don't need to text me. You don't need to ask. Outlook is very beneficial, very helpful, reducing stress. Now, if it happens that you forget to go to the store if you need to cook something, one thing I've learned that I cannot emphasize enough is to always sync your electronics, your phone to your computer. So that you know what you need, your schedule is for work. I have a friend that I work with who never syncs his information, and he's always having to ask, what time's that appointment? When is this due? So I'm always having to text him, this is the time, this is the place, blah, blah, blah. So I encourage you to run. Don't walk, run, and get your own copy of Outlook. It'll make your life a lot easier.